You're watching the Sports Political Channel of LB. I'm his contributor. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure to subscribe button, the like button, share these videos on your social media platforms. Let's get down to business. So, let's hop in the hot tub time machine, shall we? As we're going to go back, I say about 6-7 months ago, when it was around October, November, no, going back to September, October, right? Hell, we can go back to August. Now, I told everybody before they even started training camp that this wasn't going to work. I told everybody this. I was telling anyone that was willing to listen, who was following my channel, that the Lakers wasn't going to go nowhere, and that you can point to the 2012-2013 season as a case study. But instead, what did I get? I get LB don't know what he's talking about. LB don't know nothing about basketball. LB just saying everything, repeating everything tickets say, all this dumbass shit. That's the kind of response I got. No different than a couple years ago when I told the Toronto Raptors they were going to get bounced in the second round, and them Raptors fans looked at me like I didn't know what I was talking about, and it came into fruition, right? Which NBA team is my team? The Lakers is my team. So I got to die on that hill, right? But salute to Alfonso in the building. Appreciate you. So I told everybody this shit wasn't going to work. There was not a championship caliber roster. The pieces did not fit. When they made that trade for Russell Westbrook, I already knew the writing was on the wall. And then, not long after that trade went down for Russell Westbrook, what's up, Stephen Brown? Good to see you, bro. Not long after that trade went down, they posted a video of Russell Westbrook shooting threes. Now, I caught backlash for that because I was like, look, Russell Westbrook is a career 30% three-point shooter, and then the last 3 years he shot like 29%, so he got even worse the last 3 years. Now Russell Westbrook can't shoot with the hill of beans. He can't shoot for shit, but yet they got him shooting threes in training camp, before training camp start. Now, LeBron James told us in a Twitter post to keep the same energy. Now, I kept the same energy all year. I told everybody that this shit wasn't going to work. This shit was going to blow up in their face. And they came into the preseason with the wrong mindset. When LeBron was like, at this point in my career, there's nothing I can learn in year 19. And Russell Westbrook's talking this shit about what turnovers don't count in the preseason. And these guys are sitting out games, coking, joking, laughing like there's no tomorrow. And we're going to turn it on, and we're going to turn it on when the regular season starts. And then you got all the media, like Kendrick Perkins, two-legged rottweiler, sitting up there talking about there's nothing to worry about. We got 25 games to get it together. You know, we'll reevaluate after 25 games. I had people come on here and tell me, oh, well, you got to give it time for things to marinate. And, you know, you got to go for that slow cook. All right, you got to let things marinate. You know, it's going to take some time for the chemistry to get down, right? We got to unclog the pipelines and all this other shit, right? And through all that, I stood tall. I stood on my square. I told people this was not going to work. And then the regular season hit. And what did the Lakers do? Did they come out? Because they had a cupcake schedule and most of those games were at home. Right? What they do? They go out there, they're losing these teams they have no business losing to. And what did I say? Look, if you're going to be a championship contending team, you cannot lose games to teams you're supposed to beat, right? And what everybody said, oh, we got to continue to give it time. You know, they ain't really play together in the preseason. I'm like, whose fault was that? Whose fault was that they didn't play together in the preseason? When you got a new group of guys together, the first thing you want to do and the utmost priority is to get the chemistry down. So guys got to be on the court. Guys got to know where they like to be at. Guys got to know, hey, can I trust you to get me in my spot when it matters most? That type of deal, right? But no, Lakers coped and joked through the preseason. Regular season came. They fucked around during the regular season, losing games to teams they had no business losing to, including the OKC twice. They lost to OKC twice, and they blew double-digit leads in those games, twice. So it was trouble already. It was trouble already in them dark hills. And then when it came to a point where the Lakers feel like they was going to string together a winning streak, oh man, watch out, man, Lakers championship. And then Frank Vogel goes down for 2 weeks for COVID. That right there, that stretch of games where Frank Vogel did not coach because he had COVID, he was out for 2 weeks. And David Fizdale took over. And I told people then that this was going to be trouble for the Lakers. Now, when David Fizdale was their coach, right? When he was the interim coach, guess how many games the Lakers won? I'll give you a hint. It's a number less than 2. It's a number less than 2. When David Fizdale became the head coach, look, I've seen enough of Fizdale in Miami. I've seen enough of Fizdale in Memphis. I've seen enough of Fizdale in New York to know that this guy is not it. Lakers only won 1 game under Fizdale when Frank Vogel was out for COVID. What's up, LA Sports Live? Salute to you, bro. And it just didn't work, man. Russell Westbrook, complaining about his role and all that, and AD can't stay healthy. LeBron's doing all the heavy lifting and all that, and it just didn't work. It just did not work. Frank Vogel has some crazy ass rotations going on. Yeah, I know Frank Vogel didn't, and I understand he didn't have a hand in selecting the roster and things of that nature. But come on, man, there was one point when Rondo was on the team that he had Rondo and Westbrook on the court at the same time, and I'm looking at that, I'm like, what the fuck is that? What is that? You got Rondo and Westbrook on the court at the same time? What the fuck? His rotations were god-awful, man. God-awful. Now, a lot of people are going to point to, well, Frank Vogel's defense sucks. Well, you got to understand the personnel. The personnel that Frank Vogel had does not and have not committed on the defensive end. Yeah, he had Avery Bradley, but come on. Avery Bradley ain't no threat offensively. They keep him on the court for long stretches and things of that nature. Russell Westbrook never had an interest in playing defense. Carmelo Anthony, as much as I love Carmelo Anthony had no interest in playing defense. And some might argue he don't even have the ability to play defense. But I think it's more of an interest level. When you got guys on the floor that's not interested in committing to the defensive end, well, you got the end result. You have the end result of this team here going on long losing streaks, fighting with the Pelicans of all teams. Pelicans beating the Lakers all 3 times they played. And then you had the All-Star break. The All-Star break, if you was going to fire Frank Vogel, that was the time to fire Frank Vogel. But they didn't do that. They kept him. What's up, Gideon? They kept Frank Vogel. Now, after the All-Star break, during the 10 games the Lakers played after the All-Star break, guess how many games the Lakers won? 2. I said it from Jump Street. I knew this team weren't going to go anywhere. This team wasn't going to do anything. The pieces didn't match. There was chemistry issues. There was infighting, finger pointing, backbiting, backdoor deals and oil fields going on, right? You got LeBron and the front office not on the same page, right? Now, for everybody that's talking this shit about, oh, we should have gotten DeRozan. Okay, so I'm going to give y'all a lesson on hindsight bias, okay? Hindsight's 20/20. DeRozan coming to the Lakers, we don't know whether or not that was going to be the same DeRozan that went to the Chicago Bulls and early on in the season he was an MVP candidate. We don't know that, right? There's no guarantee that we would have gotten that DeRozan. No different than on the lower scale when Brandon Ingram was on the Lakers, right? And Brandon Ingram just really couldn't mesh with LeBron James. And then when he went to the Pelicans, now some can make an argument his game ain't flourished like that, but he still got a chance. He still put up some solid numbers as a member of the New Orleans Pelicans. Same thing for Kyle Kuzma. Now Kyle Kuzma is out for the Wizards right now with a knee injury, but Kyle Kuzma had a really good year. Out of LeBron dynamic. There's just no guarantee that if the Lakers got DeRozan, that DeRozan would be the same player on the Lakers as he is on the Bulls now. There's no guarantee that was going to happen. And when things don't go right, who was they going to blame? Was they going to blame LeBron? No. LeBron ain't getting no blame. DeRozan was going to get the blame instead of Russell Westbrook, right? Because I know how these dick licks move. Right? So, and then Buddy Hield. People were talking about, oh man, we should have gotten Buddy Hield. Look, there's a reason Buddy Hield's been traded 3 different times since he was drafted by the Pelicans. There's a reason why he's been traded 3 times. Buddy Hield is a shot-dependent guard, to where his value is tied to scoring. And if he's not scoring the basketball, guess what? He's practically worthless. So am I going to hang my hat on a dude who's scoring dependent? No. Who would? Who in their right mind would hang their hat on a guy that's scoring dependent in Buddy Hield? He doesn't do anything else. He don't rebound. He don't get assists. He don't steal. He don't block. He sure as hell don't play defense. So, there's no guarantee that goddamn on Buddy Hield was going to be the answer for the Lakers, right? The whole operation was just a complete shit show. It was a complete shit show from Jump Street. And as a result of this shit show, right, Lakers ain't got no goddamn draft picks next year. None. That's why they're trading AD, see what they can get from AD. Now, as far as Russell Westbrook go, nobody is going to take on Russell Westbrook's salary. Now, a lot of people saying that Russell Westbrook is going to get traded. He's not going to be back. And I will caution people to reevaluate that, because who is going to take his contract? If they're going to move him, the ideal time to move him is during the trading deadline next year. That will be the ideal time to move Russell Westbrook. But as far as like off-season, somebody going out there to get Russell Westbrook, no, I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Who's going to commit $47 million to Russell Westbrook? Who? Look, if the Lakers could have moved Russell Westbrook, they could have moved him at the trading deadline. They tried to, they couldn't move him, right? Nobody wanted to take on this contract. Nobody wanted to take Russell Westbrook's contract. Look, when Russell Westbrook, and then think about this, y'all. During the offseason last year, he wasn't even in the Lakers' plans initially. The Lakers did not prioritize Russell Westbrook from Jump Street. He was like 5th on the depth chart. So, I know a lot of people saying he's been traded 3 times and all that, but look, ain't nobody kicking down the door for Russell Westbrook's services. Nobody. If the situation was that simple, he could have been moved at the trading deadline during the All-Star break. But nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted Russell Westbrook. Now, it'll be interesting to see if they can trade him in the offseason. I don't see it. I don't see it. They're going to be right back with the Lakers until the trading deadline, where, where people don't have to eat all that salary. And this is the situation. This is what happens when you're paying all these guys these max contracts, and you strap yourself on the goddamn going you strap yourself to these players and all that. Right? You got these C- players getting A+ money and all that, and then you handicap your goddamn on team. Your team ain't got no flexibility and all that, because you signed this guy to a max deal, or you taking on a max contract on an aging player where his game is tied to his athleticism because he can't shoot. And we have the ugly situation now in Lakerland, right? Which leaves What could we get from AD? Outside of the fact he's injury prone. When he's on the court, he's a monster. The problem is him staying on the court. Now, what is he doing in the offseason that is warranting him getting all these goddamn injuries? That's the question I have. I don't know what he's doing in the offseason. Or more importantly, what he's not doing in the offseason. Is he playing 2K on goddamn Xbox? What is it, Xbox One S now? Or PlayStation 5? He refining his game on 2K? Because he sure as hell ain't going to the gym. If he going to the gym, then somebody, his personal trainer, not doing something right. Because this dude can't be coming in year after year after year after year and getting hurt all the goddamn time. I mean, this guy is diving on the floor for a loose ball, and next thing you know, he's out a month. What the fuck? Then let's go back to Russell Westbrook, right? Russell Westbrook, he going at reporters. He's there asking him simple questions about what can they do to refine the game, and he's going at these reporters like these reporters did something to him. And then he's sitting up there talking about, well, I don't want to listen to the coaches no more, and I'm just going to continue to do what I do best and all this other shit. It's just a complete shit show. And this is the end result. Now, tonight is evaluation mode. No Russ, no AD, no LeBron. Tonight is evaluation mode. Who could we keep and who could we dump? Right? So, guys like Malik Monk, Horton Tucker, Austin Reeves. I don't know what motherfucker seeing Austin Reeves. Whatever. But still, you got to think those guys are on evaluation mode. Melo out the door. All these old dudes they out the door. Melo, I mean, I like Melo, but he's a goner. He ain't gonna be there next year, right? He was only there on a 1-year deal anyway, so he gone. And then, but like guys like that is gonna be in evaluation mode tonight. They're gonna play a lot of minutes. Dwight Howard out of here. He ain't gonna be there no more neither, right? So the main guys in evaluation mode tonight: Horton Tucker, Malik Monk, Austin Reeves. That's where we at. That's where we at. Now, either one or two things is gonna go down in the offseason. Either those guys are gonna be core pieces on a future Lakers team, or they're gonna be core pieces on the trading block. That's where we at right now. So, but yeah, man, this season was a fucking disaster, man. Look, I knew this team wasn't going to go nowhere, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. This team is like, what is it? What, 32 and what is like? They're like 16, 17 games under 500. I could not imagine it being this bad. Frank Vogel got to go. Now, I wasn't no fan of Frank Vogel to begin with, but he got to go. Frank Vogel has to go. He got to go. Now I thought about it because I thought about it. He got to go, man. He got to go. And there's already reports out saying that he's not going to be there. They plan on firing him. That's why he was a lame duck. That's why he only got that 1-year extension. So, with all that, man, it's just ridiculous, man. So they're going to play out these last few games. Chances are LeBron, AD, and Russell Westbrook ain't going to play these games either. That's why tonight, for these last 3 games, it's going to be evaluation mode. Now, I thought LeBron was going to play to try to get the scoring title, but he's probably looking at it like, what's the use? But nevertheless, man, I'm going to get off here, man. I appreciate y'all for watching the video, hitting the like button, sharing these videos on social media platforms. And last but not least, shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. All right?